Good Saturday morning to you, everybody, and welcome to Flashpoint Healthcare Solutions Radio Show. I'm Gary Byron, joined every week with the Chief Administrator, President of Chamber Insurance Trust, Steve Glick. Steve, good morning, bud.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. I just want to say, what a great show we had last time. I've got my phone hasn't stopped ringing.
Well, that's great. That's what we want to happen. And you know what? For considering the show that we had last week, I could certainly understand why it wouldn't be. You gave us all information that it's not just wanted; it really is needed. That should be a required show that people listen to or watch now. I guess now that we're taping these, that's valuable information.
Anyone needs a copy of the tape, please call me or email me.
Yeah. That would be wonderful. It's so really that should be required listening. How was your week, by the way?
It went by fast.
It always does, right?
Yeah, we've had some great opportunities to talk to people, even people outside of Connecticut. Actually, some people in Hollywood.
Wow, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name drop? No, I didn't think so. Doesn't hurt to ask, though, right?
It so happens to be the number one male actor in the United States.
Number one male actor in the United States. Oh, my goodness. This is like a trivia question for you. I don't know. Who would that be? Tom Cruise? I don't know. Who are these people? The big actor. Are they Pacino?
You went by it so fast. I mean, I cannot announce it. I cannot deal.
But if I guess it.
You did guess it.
I did. Was I close?
You guessed it.
Oh, look at that. I don't know. I didn't think I was that good of a guesser. If that's the case, I'm taking my guessing to the Connecticut State Lottery.
You should.
Yeah.
I got to check my lotto tickets, by the way.
Not a bad idea.
Someone won. Somebody
won? Yeah. Oh, it wasn't me. Just for full disclosure. Hey, we have our first time. Well, as I say, repeat guest. He's more than a repeat guest. That would make if you made your second appearance on the show, you'd be a repeat guest. This gentleman is now making his third appearance on the Flashpoint Healthcare Solutions Radio Show. Do you want to introduce him? He's your guest. Well, it's your show, so technically he's your guest.
Well, I'm honored to have Steve Riggs, representing Combined Insurance, who is an outstanding gentleman in every way, shape, or form, and is a man that's leading a whole team of wonderful advisors to support our program and helping with that missing link and getting the services necessary to the forefront of the marketplace today.
He is the area manager for the New England region. I think it also includes New York as well. Steve, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you. After a great introduction and this being my third time, I'm very honored to be here, no doubt about it.
So remind us all of Combined. I know it's supplemental insurance, but it's a lot more than that.
Yes. Absolutely it is. Combined Insurance is your voluntary provider. Mm-hmm. We are a division of Chubb Insurance, which is the world's largest leader in publicly held insurance company for P&C.
Great company to attach yourself to.
No doubt about it.
You might as well be with the number one,
Right. Well, we are getting there, no doubt about it. Our financial strength is strong. We are rated A+ by AM Best. We are rated AA by Standard & Poor's. Chubb has over 175 billion in total assets. It's huge. So really, we're a division, and we work with businesses and individuals, help fill the gaps that health insurance has. There's an important part that we fill. And that's really where we come in with the Flashpoint program, is filling the gaps that health insurance has, right? Steve has done a wonderful job in the Flashpoint program of creating a way for businesses to save on health insurance.
Oh, he certainly has.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And what we do is we kind of help complement the Flashpoint program, where people have a need for a deductible. Deductibles are expensive nowadays. And, in 2021, deductibles are going to be high. And after living through this pandemic, the majority of Americans do not have the savings account that they once did.
Before I have you give us an outlook for 2021, let's kind of retrace our tracks.
Okay.
Let's look, if you can, give us a review of 2020 first.
Okay, excellent. 2020, as we know, got off to a great start for us.
Yeah. In the early months of 2020.
Early months of 2020. And then something went wrong. Somebody hit the pause button on the world. And this pandemic really took hold of everybody in every industry. We had a lot of businesses close, a lot of individuals that were just struggling to get by. A lot of people lost their jobs. Tough, very tough. But for us in the insurance industry, it was a time where people that were covered, they had that sense of security.
But there's an irony to this, because when a pandemic hits, or people have, if you have pre-existing conditions or whatnot, you depend more on your insurance.
Yes.
But if you're a small business owner and you have to shut down, whether forcibly or just because your industry is taking a hit, you may not have the money, especially if you're a mom and pop sole proprietor, to be able to pay your premiums on this. So then you're stuck in
like a limbo.
Yeah,
right?
You really are.
Yeah. And the cost of health insurance is so large. And in the early months of the pandemic, Steve and I got together and with a couple other people, and we really started creating this Flashpoint program that Steve really had the foresight to see what was going on in the industry and really think of ways to be innovative and change.
Yeah.
The way people approach health insurance. It's not your same old, and I'm sure you've heard Steve say this many times. People are used to getting their health insurance bill and saying, okay, well, it went up 10, 20% this year. We've got to deal with it.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
That's right.
Well, Steve has created a phenomenal program and has innovative ways to really help kind of slash those costs. I'm sure you've talked about the Flashpoint program to everybody on every week on this show. But really what it is doing is it is giving small businesses, actually small and large businesses, the opportunity to go ahead and really take stock of what they have, right? The Flashpoint program, utilizing the Prodigy FICA tax savings and that wellness program, really does help enhance every business's benefits package. And what happens is through those benefits, then they can go ahead and purchase voluntary benefits to help complement health insurance.
Right, because when you look at your health insurance, it may cover 80% of what you need. Hopefully you have a prescription package. Let's say and a good insurance coverage will cover 80 plus, but it rarely will it cover 100% of something. And that's where combined insurance comes in.
Absolutely. So the majority of Americans before the pandemic probably had, on average, less than $5,000 in their savings accounts, right, for emergency funds, for deductibles, for copays, for health insurance. After the pandemic, I'm sure that has dwindled to zero in some cases. And for the majority of Americans, they're probably now looking at under $1,000. So what do they do when they have to go to the hospital? Right? What
Charge
do they do when
high interest rate or don't go? I mean, I don't know.
Right. It depends on what happens to them. Right. A
Sell
broken
things
arm.
off. Get yourself in debt. I mean, because hospitals, they can't refuse you.
Right.
For emergencies.
Right. But they'll still bill you.
Oh, they'll still bill you. Yeah.
So really, what we do is voluntary benefits, and through Combined is really designed to go ahead and help fill those gaps. Our main objective is to make sure every policyholder is financially sound. We're helping them protect what they've worked so hard for, right? Their bank accounts, their family's security. That can go away in an instant. A car accident, a skiing
That's
accident.
Scary. It's just scary. So let's look at 2021 now. Give me a little outlook for what to expect. Here we are beginning the year.
Yes.
What do we have to look forward to?
A lot of things.
Oh, good. It's about we need good news. I was hoping you would say that.
We are so excited, first of all, to have the dumpster fire of 2020 behind us, right? We all feel that. Yeah. 2020 was a rough year, one that will be never forgotten, Right. But we are so thrilled to have survived 2020, and we're looking forward to really thriving in 2021. And what we've got and what we've built over the past several months with Steve and his team at CIT and our friends at Prodigy and creating this Flashpoint program is really phenomenal. I'm so excited about it because it really does help everybody. I know it sounds like pie in the sky.
Well, there's very few things that can truly help everybody.
Right.
So
the Flashpoint program does it. It helps the employer, number one, enhance their benefits package without adding any expense. Number two, it actually saves the company money.
Yeah.
Number three, the business is allowing their employees to go ahead and protect themselves financially, what we were just talking about, without having to spend money out of their own pockets. Their paycheck does not get affected. It's an amazing program. So what they do is they'll go ahead, and I won't get into the inner workings of how the program works and how the wellness and the benefit reserve is created, but I'll let Steve go through that, or our friends at Prodigy go through that on another show. But what happens is, through the wellness program, those dollars that are now accrued by the individual, they can now go ahead and purchase voluntary insurance and help fill the gap. So they can get an accident plan. They can get a critical illness. If cancer runs in their family, they can get themselves covered. If disability, everybody should have disability. Everybody should have a life insurance policy, So it's a wonderful way for us to go ahead and help the businesses thrive when businesses today have been struggling for so long.
It's true.
It's so hard to stay in business.
Steve, did we have somebody from Prodigy on? I think we have.
Yes, we did.
Yes, I thought so. And not even that long ago. Perhaps not necessarily next week, but maybe sometime in the next month or so, we can get somebody from Prodigy back on. So what different types of policies? You mentioned a few.
Yeah, so we have
you offer.
An accident policy, like if, say, you go skiing this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's snow in the forecast, but remember we had a snowstorm.
We did.
Not too long ago.
True.
And let's just say you go skiing and you break a leg, right? You're going to go to the emergency room. Everything that's done to you at the emergency room has a medical code assigned to it. That medical code has a monetary amount assigned to it by combined. And what we do is we add up, and then we send you a check or a direct deposit for everything that was done to you. All we need is the discharge paperwork. It's literally that simple to go ahead and get some money. I've seen people get a couple $100. I've seen people get several $1,000s.
Who makes the claim? I mean, does the individual?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's just say, don't go skiing this weekend. But let's just say you broke your leg.
Yeah.
You would go to the hospital, and then you would just go ahead and submit the claim. You would give me a call. I'd help walk you through it. It's simple. As a matter of fact, you can go online onto our website, your personal portal, and it's as easy as click, upload your documents, and you're good to go.
Sounds pretty easy.
Yeah. So you can really see where something like that, whether it's a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, how that offsets the cost of visiting.
All right, I'm going to ask you, and I hope you don't mind this. I'm going to ask you a hard question.
Okay.
All right. These are tough times, not only for the individual, but for businesses, especially the smaller mom and pop, sole proprietor businesses. Not the chained restaurants or something that's got a corporate backing.
Right. The small auto shops. Or,
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is the benefit for a company to offer voluntary insurance?
Well, the benefit number one is you're enhancing your benefits package. Today, it seems more and more individuals are looking at the benefits package versus the extra dollar in their paychecks, right? Hey, I got an extra $1. This guy's going to pay me $26. I'm only getting $25 here. But actually, I'm getting a better benefits package here, so I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
Benefits really help attract and retain your top talent. That's what it's all about. People are looking at benefits because benefits are expensive.
Remember that. I didn't. I was hoping that's the answer I was going to get. I didn't. Of course, I'm talking with a pro. Of course, I'm going to get it from you. But no, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, by utilizing the Flashpoint program, that business is going to save money. And when you talk small businesses, right? The majority of small businesses, they really do treat their employees like family.
They do. Of course.
So they want to do what's good. They get invited to the kids' birthday parties and stuff like that. You're a part of the family, right? So being able to offer this and know that in their time of need, you provided something for them. Now they make their own decisions whether they want it or not. It's not mandated by the company to purchase voluntary insurance. It's up to the individual. And we do a one-on-one needs assessment with each individual to find out what their needs are. We're not selling, every product to one person. No, we're finding out what you need, Gary. You have cancer that runs in your family, then you might want to think about a critical illness policy. If you have a mortgage and 3 kids, you definitely need life insurance. You want to make sure that they're taken care of. So what we do for the individual is we'll sit there, we'll do the needs assessment, but through the Flashpoint program, it creates dollars where they no longer have to spend out of pocket to get these policies because of the wellness program. Now, they do need to participate in the wellness program, which is no big deal, but it's a way to keep your paycheck the same and utilize this program where it takes tax dollars. It's a government-sponsored program, and really go ahead and get your coverages without spending out of pocket.
Folks, you are listening to the Flashpoint Healthcare Solutions radio show. I'm Gary Byron, joined as always with the Chief Administrator and President of Chamber Insurance Trust, Steve Glick, our special guest today. Making a third appearance on the show, Steve Riggs, the area manager for the New England region, as well as New York, with Combined Insurance, talking supplemental insurance. So there's benefits not only for the employer, but there seems to be several benefits for the employee.
Yeah, for the employee, it's all about financial security. Yeah. It's all about protecting yourself and what you've worked so hard for.
Otherwise, it'd be out of pocket, and I think is the gist of this. Hopefully.
Absolutely, and the majority of Americans don't have that.
No, you're right.
Especially coming out of this pandemic.
Very good point.
We're very thankful to be able to help them and find creative ways and innovative ways to help them and the business, because businesses have been struggling as well.
Do you find, though, when you sit down with somebody for the first time, that they even know what voluntary insurance is or supplemental coverage? Do they even know what that is? Or are they like, what in the, I already have health insurance. We already offer health insurance to our employees. What do you, or no, I'm sorry, I've got health.
Yeah.
Is that, because that's got to be, now you've got to explain from ground zero. And that can be an uphill battle. You won't even, it's hard to even get in the door, I would imagine sometimes.
Yes, sometimes it was, especially in the past. Voluntary benefits is an afterthought. Because everybody concentrates on health insurance, which they should. But voluntary benefits really do complement health insurance very well, and they were created for that purpose. So going in and talking to a business owner today, it's a lot different. Their ears are open, right? They're trying to find ways to beat their competitors, right? And as I just mentioned, benefits are the way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Benefits are the way to get good quality employees and to keep your employees sticking around.
What is a health and wealth program? Health and wealth?
That is the Flashpoint program.
Right.
So you got your health insurance, you have your wellness program. That wellness program goes and creates the benefit reserve for
the money saving. The saving.
Money, yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I listen. I hear these terms, and I'm not inside the inner circle of the insurance industry.
We'll get you in there.
As much as you're learning about this, as am I, by the way.
Yeah. So, you talk about what we have coming up for 2021, and it really is going to be different because we do have people's attention. Mm-hmm. We do have their ears. When we call them and we speak to them, they know that we're here to help them. That's the biggest thing. We're not here to do a sales pitch. We're not here just to sell a product. We're here to help you grow. And that really is what is so satisfying. Steve has a long-rooted history in the state of Connecticut. And he's helped so many businesses and helped so many chambers. And we're really trying to help the chambers of Connecticut bring back membership.
Are you getting resistance from chambers?
No, not at all. They are open to what we are doing. But just like anything else where it's new and it's a new concept, it takes a little while for everything to get absorbed.
I wonder, because with a Chamber of Commerce, as opposed to walking into a Fortune 500 company and you're talking to, the CEOs, of, or those in charge of benefits. With a corporation, it's one corporation. This is our way. It's our way of doing things. With a Chamber of Commerce, it's a potpourri of many different businesses that are a member of this association. And as you know, with different individuals, you got different opinions and different ideas. And I know a person who does this, or I once had this, and that's not right. Oh, I had a good experience with that. You got all these, who's right and who's wrong. So
it's not everyone is, unfortunately, you're right, Gary, that not everyone is perfect and opens the ear. But those that are creative, the ones who really have empathy for their members and are looking to help everyone, are the ones that take the lead and direction. There are unfortunately other chamber execs that they don't involve themselves in any type of new direction for their members. They look at it a little differently. So, but the majority of them do, and we can only help those that want to help themselves, and we do that. When I first started a major plan years ago, I had thousands of businesses join chambers, and thousands of businesses came into the fold of the program. And we're going through another cycle, again, where all the economic issues and all the other things that are there, it's necessary for a new change. That's why Flashpoint is a new word for the new decade that we're into.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, with the brokers throughout the chambers and the brokers throughout the state of Connecticut, when you talk health insurance and the broker goes to their client and says, here's your health insurance plan for 2021, and it's got an increase of, 10, 20?
20%.
20%. There's two thoughts, right? Okay, well, here's the new plan, but what did you really research this out, and this is the best plan available, or did you just hand me, the next model, right? So with brokers, it's you don't want your clients coming to you saying, I need to save money. You want to be able to approach your clients with a solution to the challenges that they face every day. That solution is Flashpoint. Wow. And the chamber really is a phenomenal way to go ahead and spread the word. There are a lot of phenomenal brokers that are a part of the chambers, and we've been working with a lot of them, I'm happy to say. And we look forward to working with a bunch more in 2021, no doubt about it. And as we pick up speed on this program, and as more and more people learn about the program and understand the workings of the program, the more buy-in we're going to get. And the more buy-in we get, the more Americans that we're helping. And that's what it's all about.
You got that right. Steve Riggs, area manager for the New England region, New York included, for Combined Insurance. You can reach him very easily. I give you an email address as well as a phone number for him. The email address is steve.riggs@combined.com. Really easy. Steve.riggs, R-I-G-G-S, @combined.com. His phone number, area code 774-269-6271. Once again, 774-269-6271. By the way, I would check out the Combined Insurance website. It's also, I always go to websites before I even make a phone call or an email, before any point of contact, because I'll always have questions at first. And then if I check, and then I'll ask those questions, get the answers. And if I go to the website later on, it sparks other questions where I'm like, I had him on the phone, I should have asked him this. Have your questions, write them down, and then poke around on the website. It'll spark some other questions that you can add to your list so that when you make contact via either email or phone, you'll be able to have all of your questions answered. I really want to thank Steve Riggs once again for being able to be with us.
You're welcome.
Steve, and Mr. Glick, the other Steve in the room, Steve Glick.
One and only.
Another outstanding show. It's fun. It's so funny because I know why that's Steve Riggs is on all the time. It's because every time he comes on, he hits it out of the park. I want to give the website though, because I just bragged about it so much for Combined Insurance. It's simply combinedinsurance.com. combinedinsurance.com. That's simple. But I know you also have a really cool website for Chamber Insurance Trust. It's www.citrust. Just think of Chamber Insurance Trust. So it's citrust.com. Speaking of 2021, I think we've got some pretty outstanding shows coming up as well, huh?
Absolutely. And we want to indulge the marketplace, and we want to get people to utilize this show as a sounding board for throughout the state of Connecticut, and then some. So we enjoy this. We hope that the public uses us as a resource, and God bless them all.
Do you have meetings predominantly with chambers of commerce, or is it a combination of chambers and corporations?
Both. We do
Yes,
sometimes simultaneously, some separate, some training agents. We're always in the midst of doing something to help increase the awareness of our programs.
What's interesting, and what I every time that we do this show, every time I talk to you, what you're offering is outstanding. It really behooves any business owner, large or small, to meet with you. But there's always that notion. I think we have more life experience. The older you get, it's like if it sounds too good to be true, it sometimes usually is. So there's already sometimes a preconceived red flag that goes up, although it really shouldn't be, because you articulate this, both of you for that matter, so well. If you'd like to get in touch with Steve Glick from Chamber Insurance Trust, that's pretty easy as well. I already gave you the website. Check out his toll-free phone number, 800-953-4467. Once again, toll-free, 800-953-4467 for Chamber Insurance Trust. For our special guest, Steve Riggs with Combined Insurance, and Steve Glick from Chamber Insurance Trust, thank you so much for listening to the Flashpoint Healthcare Solutions radio show. I'm Gary Byron. Until next Saturday, have a good one, everybody. So long.